He's known to do various things. He's extraordinary. He's got enormous biceps. His triceps are almost as big as his biceps, but not quite. Step by step, we're getting there. First, I just want to say it's a real pleasure to do a workout with you this morning.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, you should.
Surprise.
You push much more than I do. Do you know what I mean? You go much further than I go.
Yeah, what can I say, mate? But yeah, you killed it.
No, thanks, man. I think I was following your footsteps, and I feel like your technique showed the way. You know, I like your corrective little methods of improving the situation.
Yeah. Well, I think everything can be refined, and it's quite funny because when I was younger, I was quite overweight, like throughout school, early teens, through secondary school as well, a little bit. And then I finally kind of decided I wanted to get in shape. It's about the age of 19.
Yeah.
Did a 12-week transformation, and that's what's kind of...
What, in 12 weeks? You sort of...
Yeah, I remember...
You came out the other side?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In 12 weeks?
Yeah, it was an intense 12-week transformation. I remember like the first 9 days, I'd lost a stone. In 9 days.
In 9 days you lost a stone?
First 9 days.
So you weren't eating anything?
I was killing food. It was like 5 meals a day.
5 meals?
Yeah, small meals, 5 meals to speed up metabolism, to burn fat.
So eating absolutely shitloads and working out loads. So eating and working out.
Mm-hmm. But eating clean, healthy food. Greens, whole milk carbs, and then protein. Low sugar. But it was only because you were talking about the correction in the gym, correcting and having form. I was only taught that from my PT, a guy called Ebby. He's from, I want to say Kenya, somewhere close to that.
Somewhere black.
And he was just a gangster.
Was he G? Was he G in the gym? What, does G stand for gym, or does it stand for gangster, or is it like a double G sort of situation?
He was just legit. And he was always about, you never want to lock your knees. You always want to keep your back straight. He's like just boss everything.
What do you feel like do you feel like precision matters generally, like in anything you do?
Yeah, definitely. Almost to the point where I find it quite obsessive, but I love just...
Are you a little bit obsessive? Because I know the way that you sort of order your cupboard is quite to the T, you know, which I respect. I really respect that. But I feel like there seems to be a crossover as well, just in the way that, for example, when you're presenting yourself when you're doing magic, you're very like precise, very exact. Your every movement seems quite calculated, and even and I think even when we were in the gym and you were saying, you know, lock your arms, pull your triceps back, stop, you know, and it made a massive difference though. Yeah,
it's just a lot of people can be doing an exercise that they think's working, but a lot of the time, especially with weightlifting, you're using too many muscles, you're engaging too much of your body, whereas with a bicep, you really want to isolate it, only that muscle to be working. Same with every other muscle. So that's why these little changes, these little moves, suddenly you're taking the weight off your shoulder, and you're activating that muscle that you want to grow.
Isolation is key.
Yeah, and it's just good for your body and your balance. If you're doing something and leaning to one side too much, you're gonna treat your body like a mirror.
No, I got you. Yeah. So thank you for that amazing workout this morning. Appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll be doing many more.
Definitely.
So, what I'm most interested in is like your progression in magic as well. Sort of, I've seen videos of you as a kid, as a young person, and I feel like you're quite a unique person in the sense that you've said, I'm going to do this, and you've just done that until now, and you're what, 25? Yeah, so you've been 100% on it
since I was 9.
Since 9. How does that make you feel, like knowing that you've dedicated so much of yourself to like an art and a discipline?
It's so hard to describe, but it's all I remember life being. It's just magic. I've always done magic, and I want to say it's more than a passion. The fact that I haven't looked to go down any other avenue, that I've always wanted to do magic, is I believe it's kind of a gift I was given.
What, did you feel like you picked up that gift early? Like you knew it was... Do you feel like it was a gift like... do you feel like the hunger was a gift, or do you feel like the skill was a gift?
I just think it was a gift that I was exposed to at such a young age in such a special way that I connected with it so well.
Like, do you feel like the situation almost was perfectly crafted for you to be engrossed by it and for it to...
I think so, yeah, because it was my teacher at school, Andrew Jeffrey. He was also the headmaster. Very clever, intelligent, fit man. He can run and does marathons. Genius guy, but he's a mathematician.
Wow.
Also a magician.
Wow.
When I was a kid at school, he was the president of the Magic Circle. So he's
Wow.
like a big deal. And he is an incredible magician as well.
Wow. So he's an absolute don.
Yeah, but he was also a head school teacher and my maths teacher. And this is in like year 6, I want to say. Actually, probably before that, if I'm 9 years old. But yeah, he would...
Were you captivated by him as a human?
Yeah. Massively.
You said he's fit, he's super smart.
Super intelligent. Smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
The fittest guy in the room.
Smartest guy in the school.
The coolest guy in the school. Oh yeah.
Smartest, coolest, the leader.
Just the boss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he a role model when you were quite a young person?
Yeah, I think so. I think only in later life I appreciate him for all the other skills he has. But just magic wise. I've got a few vivid memories around my school. And when I was younger, him doing magic.
You've still got them?
I've still got those memories. And it's just... Yeah.
Sounds special, man. Sounds it sounds very sentimental. It's like when you're talking about it, you almost seem a little bit like emotional.
Yeah, because it's me. It's like, it's exactly why I am who I am.
What is it? Do you feel like it's the beginning of like the formative sort of moments and years?
When were they?
Do you feel like they were with sort of and through him?
I think so. I mean, I think early on he was just more of a inspiration, exposed me to magic. And then I kind of went down my path after leaving school because I didn't really see him anymore. By getting magic sets, magic books, going up to Hamley's toy shop when I was younger, seeing the magic section there like a few times a month. I remember when I was old enough to get the train up on my own. That was pretty cool.
How old were you?
14, I reckon, beginning of secondary school. But there's a few magic shops I'd come up to see. So I was just always like fascinated, wanted to see as much as possible. And then when I was 14, I was able to join the Magic Circle.
When you were 14?
In Sussex as a junior.
Okay.
Yeah, junior member. And then that's when I kind of reconnected with him because he used to go there. Yeah.
That's cool. So he must have seen your progression as well. Or did you?
I think so. He was just quite surprised, I think, when I like showed up to the Magic Circle looking to join. He knew who I was. He knew my parents from school. He knew I was interested in magic. And then I guess at that point he was like, "Oh, why you don't want to do it."
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have. He might not. He might have seen a spark, but he doesn't know where that spark's going to go.
Yeah, and then when he saw me join, I guess he thought.
And then it's to your club.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro. That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was really good, really good. So, yeah, I can sort of see that progression. So, like, you've been enamored a little bit and like wowed by a super inspiring human who's blessed,
massively blessed.
Do you feel like you're generally blessed?
Oh, so blessed.
In your life?
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's annoying. Why is it annoying?
It's just like amazing.
But why is it
I feel
annoying?
like I'm here to spread something so good, and this is like my avenue. This is why I think it's a gift, because God wants me to inspire and bring a lot of happiness.
Do you feel like God and your work is connected in a way, like in your like career and your, as you say, like your sort of path in a way?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
What, is God important to you then?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Christian.
Like how do you feel like God manifests in your life, especially through your work?
Just like through happiness, just giving me the ability to do something to make people happy. But he blesses me with opportunities to be able to meet people.
Definitely.
You know? So some cool gig will come in, and I know it's a high-end job, so I'm going to meet some potential really interesting people. So just opening the doors to move up to other levels
Wow. So there's a few things there. So I guess right at the start is like the actual moment of you blessing, or through you people being blessed with magic. I've experienced it firsthand, and it's it feels like a bit of magic. It feels like a bit of like non-worldliness. Like it feels like,
Makes you a child again.
yeah, it makes you innocent. It does make you. It makes you feel innocent, and you feel vulnerable, and you feel happy about it, and you feel vulnerable and safe at the same time. I don't know if that's if everyone experiences it in the same way, but is that what's your experience of people experiencing magic?
It's different. You don't always have an incredible audience, but when people really connect with you, then they're just completely distracted from their lives, and they're just in this moment of like amazement, and they're all experienced together, so they've all got that same energy.
Ooh.
And people just laugh. People just end up laughing.
Like crazy high.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
And it's just so cool. And people always come up to me like, oh, I bet it's the best job in the world being able to do that to people. I'm like, yeah, it literally is.
I've seen your like expression and when you're experiencing people after they've just like seen a trick, and you look as happy as them.
Yeah, I can't help but laugh as well.
Yeah, you're like
You
wow,
have
it
to.
is. You're like, wow, yeah, it's magic.
Yeah, and sometimes when all the variables are right and it's a really sick gig and the audience is connecting with what you're doing, and on that night you're feeling really confident, your abilities on point, you think you look on point. When everything comes together, I sometimes feel like the magic's actually real. Like this,
In that moment.
It sounds mad, yeah, but like it's actually happening. My hands are just doing it, but there is real magic. Because I think when I was younger, you learn tricks, and then when you learn how to perform, you perform magic. Because everyone can learn a magic trick, but if you know how to deliver tricks, it comes across like magic to the audience.
So it's like there's the learning of there's the technical.
Yeah, like the method, the technique.
The technique, and then there's the performance of it, which is the execution, the presentation, the moment, and the reaction, and everything that happens in that moment. The explosion, the emotion.
There's so much going on.
The energy.
When there's stuff, when I do like, I borrow a banknote, like a £20 note, I lay it flat horizontal in between my hands, and then it just starts flying.
I've seen it, it's
see
crazy.
it?
I don't know how you
That
do it.
one's just, that's the moment where I'll just look at it. Because in my perspective, same as yours, it looks like it's floating.
But it's not. But it is floating.
It's floating.
But I guess because you can't see the reality bit, whatever the.
You don't know how it's floating, why it's floating,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be floating.
It
It's
shouldn't
floating. So I never care if someone knows the secret, the method.
Mm-hmm.
The method's never that impressive. It's the execution of the method that makes the great magician. You just have levels in how hard it will hit the audience. Like a young kid doing a quick trick for their audience, for their parents. Parents know how it works.
Yeah.
But they just react anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
good boy. Really encouraging. And then you start. I remember when I started fooling my family, when I started doing tricks to my parents, they were like, "Oh my god." It went from it just being like a bit of a joke, where it would always go wrong, to when I was actually learning a proper trick, doing it.
What did you notice the difference in their reaction?
Yeah, suddenly they're getting fooled, and they're like, "Wow," they don't know how it's done. Normally they know how.
Did you love it?
Yeah, but it just got to a point where I was like, "That's enough," and then I never really started like showing my family too much magic.
Why?
For quite a long time. I would at like family events and when we're hanging out.
You would.
But just they're like, they've seen it. They're close to it already. So.
What do you want? Do you like? Do you have ambition? Is there ambition to like spread that feeling to people that have never experienced it? Like, do you get more of a high from people who like don't see it all the time?
Yeah, I think no. I mean, if I'm performing for my own family, then that's got to be the best.
Okay, really?
Because I'm seeing the closest people I know and love.
Okay.
Experience magic. That would always be the best scenario. But yeah, people haven't seen it and they don't know who you are.
So do you have preferred audiences as well? Because you were saying like another blessing that God's sort of given you is the opportunity to meet different types of people, higher profile people, or like for you, like why does the audience matter and how does it matter?
What, as the years have got on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think like any artist, you develop a skill set, an art, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. And you start to kind of want people to appreciate your work for how good it is, and not just to see it, if you're a musician, as another song. You want people to respect it. So I just found like, because obviously I became a full-time magician, so I was doing events, doing lots of events over a long period. Started my first gig when I was like 16. I'm 25 now, so that's 9 years of gigging.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And yeah, basically slowly my types of events I format get a little bit better every year, couple of years. Do you feel like
which
is really important?
Do you feel, so it feels like it moves up a little bit, like with your skill level, like the amount of appreciation, like.
Yeah, I mean, it all stems off your fee. Like the longer you do something, every performer should be putting up their fee every year, and that automatically will price you out of a lot of events, ever so gradually. Certain types of events won't be able to afford you, so only the higher budgeted, more exclusive, high profile events that have more money, you become like available for that market suddenly.
I got you.
Yeah, it's like if you've been doing music and you're a really talented musician, but you just play at weddings, and you want your own audience. That's what I want. I want my own audience. That's what I really want.
That are there for your magic,
I want to
not
start
just for
my
magician.
own little shows. People who want to come, because that's the best. Probably what you asked earlier. If an audience knows who you are, then it's even better. If someone said this guy's good, watch what he's about to do, and then you experience it, it's just hype, isn't it? And that's why if you've got enough people giving you hype, that's when you boom.
Yeah, it's like it's like them being there for you as well is like, I guess it gives. Do you feel like it gives you more of a respect for your own art in a way as well, like your.
Yeah. Because you're creating your own thing, your own experience. Especially if you're throwing a night, doing a show, selling tickets, people are coming for an experience. And they want to see you because of your magic, your skill, and as maybe they like you as your person. They follow you on social media, they got to know you.
What I'd like to get into is this idea of this like is magic as you see it and as you experience it and as you craft what you're doing. Is it a job or is it an art? Is it a skill? Is it everything? Like how do you see what you do?
Yeah, I think it's a few things. It's a hobby, it's a profession, it's an art, it's a passion. Yeah, it hits most levels really.
So it's a combination. You don't see it as one thing.
I think so, because it's just like, because it's what I do, and everything stems off it. But magic's.
Do you feel like so if you couldn't be a magician, what would you do?
It'd be something creative, something businessy, something creative.
Businessy as well. In what way?
Just anything really, because I've never had like management. I've always had to do everything myself. I've learned how to market it myself, build a website, build a brand, and that's just skills that you could transfer to a brand new startup or a business.
That makes sense.
Just to get it up and running.
And I guess when you say creative, if you're doing something creative, it's got to be a business as well, hasn't it, to make money and to make a living from it. Have you found that process of sort of business-fying, making the business out of the art and the work was that quite easy for you because you say you market yourself and such?
No, not easy. It's never easy. No one gets it straight away. I didn't. But it's just a progression, really, over the years. There's different levels to it, but essentially it's marketing and networking yourself.
Little hashtag there. I'm going to remember that. Marketing and networking.
Yeah, and they're kind of the same thing. Networking you probably do more in person. Marketing you do online or through print. But yeah, just something I didn't do for quite a long time was create a brand. I just used my name. My name is Maximilian Kurd, so I just used Max Kurd, and that was my performing name. That was my website, and it worked, but it wasn't a brand. It was just my name. And then after going to LA, when I came back and rebranded to Maximilian.
Okay.
Just that.
Well, what's the difference between a brand and a name?
Just the name was lack of branding. You can use your name as a brand, but I didn't. I just used my name.
Okay.
I didn't know to create a brand in the early stages.
Is it like the intention behind it almost informs what it becomes? If it becomes a brand, you need some intention behind it to create a brand.
Yeah.
Usually.
A brand will only form if you make a brand.
What, like, how does... So, for example, with Maximilian, like, what's your brand?
My brand, mainly made off my logo. See my logo, which is a couple of triangles, one bigger than the other, creates like a 3-dimensional 3D.
It's like 2 M's.
It looks like 2 M's. You can spell the whole Maximilian out of the lines in the logo.
That's cool.
Which was an accident. That was help a good friend, Louis, who designed that.
Louis the Don. Shout out Louis the King.
Boss man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so branding is your logo, it's your name.
Logo, name.
Yeah. I saw, I had an invoice, or it's like a check-in from EasyJet. It was like a flight check-in pass.
Right.
I saw EasyJet spell, and their A's don't have that middle bar going across. So it just looks like an upside down V, which I always thought was sick. So I've stolen that and put that in my name.
Okay.
When you see Maximilian, it's always like...
It's interesting because they do say like symbols are so like so ingrained in the human psyche, like symbols. You know, Christianity. The cross. That sticks in the mind. But yes, that makes a lot of sense. That
it ties in with the logo as well, because you see all these incomplete triangles. The logo is triangles, and in my name you got the M. A's, N. It's just tons of that.
Was there any reason, or did it just look sick?
That's just how it happens.
Yeah.
I know I like triangles. Last year and the year before last, you saw it the other night. Made a short film.
Amazing
trilogy.
Film. Very intense.
Yeah, it's a trilogy magic film. You can search on YouTube.
Do you feel like your branding was that part of your? Did your branding come into play with that video, that trilogy? Because that was like an insight into you as a magician.
Was my that. Yeah.
You say a few things, don't you? You say like you have repetition in it as well. I feel like that was branding as well.
Yeah, definitely. You saw lots of triangles, lots of things in threes. My logo came out on the launch of that film as well.
Very cool.
And that was my rebranding. That film was kind of the start of things. But yeah, we did everything in threes. So in the film, there's identical triplets.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, there's
slightly spooky looking.
3 mirrors on the wall.
Yeah.
In a certain scene, there's 3 chapters to the film.
That's weird because you're telling me this, but my subconscious already knows it. It's like I already know what you're saying, but in my conscious mind, I don't know that. But so everything you're saying is
lining up
uncanny,
in my
mate.
head. It just kept happening.
Yeah, but was it by mistake? Was it?
No, we started off wanting to do everything in threes, have that consistency, and then the stuff just started without us intention doing it, like appearing in threes.
I wonder if because you set that intention with the threes, I wonder if you set that in your intention and then your subconscious works with it. Do you think?
Yeah, I agree on a lot of things, and then stuff that was out of my control, like the premiere of the film. It was filmed in the Joker upstairs down in Brighton, and we transformed the night. We flooded it with loads of UV light, and we served G&Ts.
Nice. Were they G&Ts? Because they look like which?
They look like potion. Yeah, because if you have tonic water under UV, it glows.
Cool. Cool.
And we found that out because in the film there's a scene where I'm the bottle with my Volvic, and I filled it up with tonic,
which is your brand in the Volvic.
which is also But it was mad, yeah. And we hired the Airbnb in Brighton, in Kemp Town.
Yeah.
And we transformed it. We flooded it with UV constantly.
What? So initially it was an accident. You discovering like the UV and the tonic, the gin and tonic.
No, we knew prior. We knew prior just because I had the idea I want the juice to be lit.
To be lit.
But here's let's get back about the event.
Go on.
So we premiered the film. I do a little performance, and then afterwards I see my mate who goes to my gym. He's called Max. He's a PT.
Nice.
And Max is there. I was like, oh, it's another Max. And then he's there with another bro and one other guy, and I didn't know this geezer. And I'm like, who's your mate? He's like, well, you know, on stage you were talking about everything in this film was in threes. He's called Max. And like in the premiere of the night, there's 3 Maxes in the room, and it was just like, it literally topped it off.
That's so cool.
Stuff like that just kept happening. Nah.
So do you as well, like, do you feel like do you feel like that trilogy series that you released on YouTube? Do you feel like that really?
It's a short film.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's made up of 3 chapters, but it's
one
short film. Yeah, it's about 8 minutes long.
Do you feel like that represents you in some ways?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've moved elsewhere?
The film was like a conceptual insight to my 16-year obsession with the art of magic.
Say that again for me.
I don't think I did that.
Did you rehearse that line?
That's my normal response.
Go on, tell me.
Why did I say it once?
No. I just want to don't because I haven't retained it, and I want to process it with enjoyment and savor it a little bit. He's just having a little.
Just racking my brain.
No, come on, bro. What was it?
It was insight into my mind. It was a conceptual film, so everything was made up. It was like Fantasyland. It was of my 16-year obsession with the art of magic. So it was all the struggles I had. Just that fight to want to be what you want to be, living that dream. A lot of people give up on their dream.
What did you? Because you're a successful magician. You're making a living from being a magician. I just assume you have no struggles, and you've had no struggles. Is that wrong?
From a business point of view, or like from an artist kind of growth point of view, or
like holistic, like on all sides,
and even in my own personal life side.
More like how being a magician, like, okay, so I guess more from
artistic point.
Yeah, the artist, but then the artist is still crying when he's got no money,
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So more from like all angles, like societal as well. So sometimes when you're a certain thing, people will be like, oh, or you like me, I've just been, oh, you're a singer, all right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I just
all the different ways,
Yeah, I don't think I've had, like I said kind of earlier, I feel like I've just been really blessed.
Ah, okay.
And
beautiful.
I have ideas of certain things I want to do, and if they don't happen, I don't freak, because I'm just confident in what I'm doing, and I know other things will arise.
Yeah.
And I think equally it's out of my control, whatever happens anyway, or what's meant to happen.
Wow. But equally, they say, so you say it's out of your control, but you also say that you say I know it's gonna sort of work out anyway.
Yeah, I've got the momentum, the confidence in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm just firing through all these opportunities, and the ones aren't meant to be with me are just pinging off, and I'm finding the next thing.
Wow.
And I feel like they're just
pinging off.
Yeah, like I used to, if like a booking didn't come off, or like I've had so many times in my career where people have like said I work in TV.
They say what?
I work in TV. They say they work in TV or film and they want to do something.
Yeah.
And for every magician, it's always a dream to get on television. But I've had that so many times, it's not happened. So I've just learned that something happens, it's going to happen. You kind of don't need to worry.
So how do you deal with the rejection? Do you even acknowledge it?
Yeah, I don't think about it. Somehow you just...
Does it exist?
Not really, because I just don't hold it. I don't move on with it. I'll literally. Sometimes you get an email and someone's cancelling or something.
Yeah.
And you can read it just in that little preview. You know. So you just you go into it. You see that it's a no, and you move on. Don't even read it. Don't even. I just in a kind of, it's not arrogant, but in a confident way. I'm just like, well, they're missing out. Because what I've got to offer is good.
You know the product's good.
Yeah. So if someone doesn't book me, then
Their loss.
yeah, the next person's going.
Plenty more fish in the sea.
Yeah, I think any artist or performer or entertainer, you just really want to believe in what you're doing.
Well, do you think that could be applied to anyone doing anything?
Yeah. I think a lot of life comes down to the self-belief and confidence, and both of those things are very attractive.
So if I was to take God out of the equation, he doesn't exist, do you think you still have the same confidence?
Yeah, I think so, because I know I put the time in.
What's you need to put the time in order to be strong against the doubt and the rejection.
Yeah, you just got to know that you've dedicated a lot of time, or enough time. And
so like Michael Jordan said, I know I said this, he says practice eliminates fear. I love that. Do you think he's right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
yeah, because you just know, if you've been doing something long enough, you just know it at every single angle. You become an expert. And you're just about that, whatever you're doing in your field, you want to know as much as you can. And once you do know a lot.
Do you think you need to rack up the hours in order to give you the confidence then?
I think so, yeah. I think there's the 10,000 hour rule.
Do you believe in that?
Yeah, but I think even more. You need more than that.
Yeah. What, to be an expert?
Yeah, because you're never an expert.
I feel like I'm in your trilogy right now.
Amongst experts,
no
one's an expert. You can't just have one expert. Everyone's.
Well, no, but I feel like you're saying two things. You're saying, like, in a way, you're saying everyone's an expert.
No, I just mean you never.
One's an expert. Which is
you can be considered an expert if you're fairly good at something, and someone that doesn't do that can look at you and go, he's an expert in that. But once you're amongst your experts, once I'm amongst other magicians, everyone's just like, there's no like cap to how good you can be.
I've got you, man.
In an art form.
I understand.
And other businesses as well.
I totally understand. It's like, it's like if you perform in, with someone who's like a beginner, or people that have never seen it before, they're like, wow, he's like a professional, he's an expert. But once you're amongst your own, you're all on a certain level, and the ceiling's the limit, I guess. Like there's no ceiling. But do you feel like everyone believes that, or do you think, is that like just your belief that the ceiling's the limit? 'Cause I feel like some people will be like, no, I'm good, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, that's people being complacent. I think. Yeah, you always want to check yourself, see where you're at. You always improve, or if you're not, then you're going to get overtaken.
What by competition?
By competition, just
by the enemy.
Yeah.
Do you have a bit of that competitive spirit? Like you don't want anyone to you want to be ahead of people. You don't want people to be. You want to kick off the people at your heels, sort of thing.
No, definitely not. I want the opposite, especially in the magic world.
Ah, okay.
Because magic is so like underground still.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I always compare it to the music industry, and it's such.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Because I wouldn't compare it. It's true. Is that what you mean? In a way.
Yeah, just like we're all in the magic world, we're all artists doing our thing, but none of us are kind of in the mainstream.
Not many.
Very few.
Yeah, what Darren? Should I name him?
Like less than
Darren Brown, Dynamo, my man David Blaine.
Yeah.
Houdini's godson.
Yeah, it's because it's. Yeah, and that's always annoyed me that. It's always like you become the next top magician, and that there can't just be like 5 cool magicians. just killing it.
What do you feel like? There's just like one at the top, and everyone else.
In
is
each
like,
in England, people know Paul Daniels and they know Dynamo, and there's a few smaller people below, but they're the top two dogs. That you know.
Do you have any knowledge of why that is?
I just think as magic's, it's very rare. It's a secret art form. So to know about it, you really have to invest time and do your research. It's not just openly available.
Why is it a secret art form?
Because it's magic. It has to be.
So
Protect the secret.
So it's your own fault then, as a magician, making it so exclusive that it can't be mainstream.
Yeah, but it's not our own fault. That's just the nature of what the art is.
Yes, it's the fault of the art. If the art was a person and wanted to be really popular amongst all people.
Yeah, but then magic wouldn't be magic. The nice thing about magic is
that's
most people have never seen it, and no one thinks about magic in their day to day.
That's true.
It's only when you see magic that you think about it.
That's
seeing is believing.
Yeah, I've never met a magician in everyday life.
Yeah,
apart from you.
But I just think there's opportunity for like quite a few cool people. Like we're talking about London, England, like five to 10 magicians that are like top of their game in the industry in showbiz.
Is that what you want? Is that how you envision your future? Like coming up with a few cool magicians.
I think so. I mean, it's not something that I can really control.
So that you're sort of letting go of that.
I'm just saying, it seems like there's only we all just compete for the top spot. You know, when I go and perform magic, people are like, "Oh, you're good as Dynamo."
Oh.
And it's like,
you're
what?
annoyed.
I'm not annoyed. It's just I'm like, you're asking the wrong question.
But is that not annoying?
It's like going up to a rapper
and
going, "Do you think you're as good as Drake?"
No, they're not.
But it's not even if that person's good. It's not about them being like them. It's like about there's allowed to be more than one good person.
Because that goes back to what you're saying about how everyone is, say even all the magicians, you're all developing your own style, your own art. Because you're not going to compare two artists. You don't compare two artists and say he's better than her or she's better than him. It's actually not like that at all. Like technically as well, even on the technical level, I'll see like someone who's like not a good singer but just has a great performer, and people will really enjoy that. It's super lo-fi. It's just earthy, and then you see someone like where everything's like perfect and like loud and like pristine. It's like wow, and it's like, oh, that's good. So I guess you want to be able to appreciate the individual artist as opposed to like they're better than them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And this is why I moved to America to live in Los Angeles.
Because
I was just a magician doing events.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was growing, I was getting more events, but the events weren't getting better. And I was just doing jobs where they need a magician, so they go find one, and they found me through my marketing. But they weren't going, "Oh, let's get Maximilian." They were saying, "Let's get a magician." So you rock up to these events and you go, "Oh, the magician's here."
Do they not even look you in the eye?
It could be like that. It happened last night. I did a gig last night, and it was an old school gig from like an old client.
Okay.
And I did the gig, and it was nice because it was like a wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
It was family. It was fun, but you just like, don't know.
Or like, is it who you are in that circle anyway, in that party? Who you are? You're just a magician.
I was just a magician last night.
You could be like a waiter, or you could.
And I went up to the who was. Oh, I shouldn't say her name. You're gonna beat that.
Yeah, I'll beat that.
So I went to the thingy.
You went to the thingy.
Anniversary party.
I think you can say that.
The female client. She was like, "Oh, magician, come here."
Magician.
Yeah.
Magician.
And yeah.
Magician. I'm gonna call you that from now on.
So I'm just like, oh, I'm just a magician. And his good friend, Lee Warren, he's a magician now. He's a business talker, does inspirational talks, and he talks about making the transfer from being a magician to the magician. So instead of being a magician where there's loads of you, there's the magician, which means there's just one.
Yeah, and you feel like that's the only option anyway, and that's the only option you'd want.
Just to take me out of that classic events like weddings, parties, corporates, where I was just an entertainer. I moved to LA, became inspired, came back as an artist, and then put my name as Maximilian. There's only one of me. Brought out the film, tried to kind of create that vibe, that culture.
Culture.
Yeah.
Culture. Interesting.
Yeah.
What is it like, the culture around your artistry?
Just to give off my vibe, my performance flow, a bit of my character. But I think the problem with the magic industry, why it's so small and not in the mainstream, is because we're just like not that original.
Right.
Or most magicians aren't that original. We all kind of like copy. There's a lot of copying in the magic industry.
Okay, so you...
Trick-wise, style-wise, appearance-wise.
So the people who get to the top, do they tend to refine their...
Yeah, you
refine
just have to
themselves?
break the mold and be different.
Do you think it's not that hard, in a way?
It's not that hard, but you have to realise it and you have to know why.
Do you think it depends on what the magician wants out of their career?
Yeah. If they treat it like a business, they can be classic and they can be busy. But they're working like in a middle sector, just regular events. They're not working at celebrity parties, music awards, fashion events.
What do you feel like that's the top?
Yeah, or just people booking you because you're you. Maximilian, we're not booking a magician. Magic's what I do, but
yeah,
you get me. So when they're booking you like that. And for me, I want to be at events where I can potentially meet other people to further my career. I'm at that stage where I'm hungry and I'm not just there to perform, I'm there to progress and network.
Okay.
Every event's a networking opportunity. I always give a business card to every person I perform to.
That's awesome.
So just plant that seed.
It's pretty amazing that you've got such a clear demonstration of your skill just at any moment. You know, if you've got I don't know, a ring or like a pack of cards, and you can just do you feel like as well, like it's a bit of a door opener sometimes in your sort of social life, the fact that you can perform instantly if you want? Like,
it's so special in that way that not many other performing arts you can do it like that. How you can make it so good and so impromptu. Like, because if a comedian starts telling jokes, it's a bit dry. If a singer sings a cappella, it's just a bit intense.
Yeah.
And a dancer, it's like, alright, mate, calm down.
It's like, stop breakdancing.
Everything else, every other performing art's a little bit too intense or too much.
Yeah.
Whereas magic just slides in, chill, and then it has a big firework at the end where they're like, wow. And you just put it away and nothing happened.
Put it away and nothing happened. Something happened, we all know.
It's very flexible. Yeah.
So it's easy, it's
But yeah, it does open doors.
Yeah.
Getting into places.
No,
Like if there's a big queue outside.
You're not waiting for that queue.
No.
You're going in.
But I learned that in Los Angeles over like 3 months. Just that hustle. Like if you want to be in an event, if you have enough confidence and you look right, you can walk through the front door.
Did you do that?
Yeah. Just like...
Is it not terrifying though, going to these fancy clubs and like, all these other good looking people, all these other...
Yeah, it is in the sense of Hollywood.
Intimidating. I'd be so intimidated.
Yeah. I remember one place in Hollywood, it's a Saturday night, it's packed.
Yeah.
I think it's my first night in the middle of Hollywood. I was just like, whoa. Because they've got clubs and they've got all the supercars parked outside.
Well, are you alone as well?
Yeah, just travelling alone.
Wow.
And they're like, we've got LeBron, he's up in the
LeBron?
club. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is it so busy? It's like, LeBron's here.
What, James, yeah?
Yeah, some gangster. So the hype's there. And I'm like, don't know how I'm going to get in. Just queues. Girls can walk straight in.
Yeah, are they all looking
All the girls just get...
extraordinary?
Pretty nice. Yeah, they get straight in. So I actually went over to another door and started talking to some bouncers. And I was like, do you know that club over there? What's it called? They said me the name. I was like, do you know anyone on the door? And he was like, it sounded like Jacob. Yeah, that guy's called Jacob.
Oh wow, so you're doing your intel.
Yeah, I get a little bit intel, so when I go over, I've got a name. And the name's very powerful, as you know.
I don't know, bro. You teach me.
No, you told me. You read it. People like to hear their own name.
Oh, correct.
So if you go with the name, it's strong. So that's what I did. Luckily, the guy was English.
Oh, beautiful.
That was like a...
And you're the most English guy I know. So.
Yeah. But I was just, hello mate, I'm over in Hollywood doing a bit of magic. I'm over from London for the night.
And you called him by his name?
Yeah. And then I was like, a few people told me to check out your place. It's alright if I come in and do a bit of magic. And then...
Oh, just like, he said yeah.
Because you got to like, you befriend them, you compliment them. So he said, yeah, a few people recommended coming here. Or I remember saying like a few of my clients back in London said when you go to Hollywood to come to, and then I just read the name.
But it's funny, even like you sort of doing show me how that went. You're very like slick. You're very like your movements are like, I don't know, like they're moving with, I don't know, like they're just so slick. I feel like I'd be like bumbling and like
it's just the symmetry. I see everything like on lines and grids.
Really?
Yeah, like if I'm ever doing that, my hand is dead straight. Just gives me that like...
What do you mean that's how you see the world?
Just like the space. I like everything in my space to be... You see how like I set up the mic, putting that down straight, having that light.
Wow.
And I just feel like that's my little attempt to make everything look boss. And when stuff looks boss, you perform better. That's why I have my food laid out how it is, the room.
Wow. What does it give you, like that symmetry?
I think it just clears the mind.
Clears the mind.
Clears the mind.
Does it give you power?
It's like everything's clean and pro, so now I'm going to perform like that.
Yeah, because so when you're doing that to the doorman, you're like, it's so powerful. Even when you're doing it, I feel like I'm witnessing like a spell or something. You know?
If they're just hearing on the podcast, it's me just kind of like moving my hands around, but doing it in quite precise. Almost kind of looks like dance or something, but
it's like you're perfectly aligning the stars to. I don't know why, but it's phenomenal.
Thank you. I think I get it because I do magic. My hands.
I'd be super interested in the fact that you then said, I see everything in lines, because that's like, I feel like I'm talking to Neo or something from the Matrix. I don't know like, is it like your brain wants to see that order?
Yeah, it might be a bit of OCD. Potentially. But I don't know. It's very hard to explain. I just love that, like,
Power.
Yeah.
The power in simplicity. It sounds like clean, like clean as well. It sounds like it's clean.
Yeah, and that's how they feel when I approach them on the front door. I'm just like clean, high energy.
That's what you're projecting.
Yeah, energy's like everything's good.
Yeah, no.
I'm meant to be in your space. You can trust me.
And do you feel like that's a separate skill from how you present in your magic, or like it's related?
No, it's all overlap.
It's all overlap. So I guess I'm interested to hear that might be like one of the ways that magic has actually developed your character and your personality, and your like your human structure in a way. Like, do you feel like that's true? Like it has had an effect on you as a person as well, like your personality?
Yeah. I mean, again, it's just like, for all I can remember, I've had a pack of cards in my hand, how I'm doing magic. So it's just, it literally is me, magic. And yeah, I guess principles I've learned in magic to make the performance good, I've then somehow applied in my life.
Is life a performance?
Yeah, but a lot of people say that. I walk around and gesture like I'm performing.
I like it.
But yeah.
Do you feel like, do you see other people not doing that and think, oh, that's missing, like their presentation's missing, like their...
Yeah, you can...
Like even now I'm thinking, now we've started to talk about it, I want to like change like the way I'm sat and like present in a different way, and I'm sure I'll feel differently.
But that's just like, yeah, that's how important that it's your body language, and it means a lot. Even if people don't understand it, they can receive what you're projecting. But if I'm clean, strong, confident, then that's the energy.
Is that your mantra?
No, I just said that then. But
maybe it's your subconscious mantra.
I don't know. And people look up to you, or they respect you, or they think they're safe.
Yeah, I definitely get that from you. For example, one amazing thing that I think you've got is, for example, say my family came over and then we're having like dinner, or even friends, we have dinner, like you've never met them before, but just the way that you are in the space, you might not say loads, but you're always ready to speak. But it's the way you hold the space, which like people feel comfortable, and I think even though you're not in your comfort zone, like you're not with your family, you're with my family, you're still able to you're very pleasant to be around, and it feels like you've got, I don't know, I guess I'm just imagining stuff, I'm just thinking about it, but I wonder if that presentation and that structure that you have enables you to like gives you like the structure to and the framework to be in any situation and be sort of comfortable.
Yeah, I'd agree, yeah. Especially if you're going to an event, and you don't know anyone and you have to approach people. You have to interrupt their conversation.
Whoa. Oh, that's terrifying.
Which could be a great conversation, and you say, do you want to see a magic trick?
How do you do that when you're like what you're doing is less important than my magic? What you're doing right now, I don't know what it is, but I know that it's less important than what I'm just about to show you.
Well, it's not less important. It's you've been booked to do magic. So that's great. You can hide behind that. I'm here to do magic.
Okay. Yeah. Overlay it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the hardest things. That's always changing, forever changing. It's like the approach at events.
Why is it forever changing?
Just because it's forever getting better, I guess. You're refining it. That's what I mean.
What were your first instances of like interrupting conversations to show people magic?
There's cringy ways you can do it by doing magic when people don't expect it. So you can just walk up to a group, set something on fire. Everyone goes, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god!
And you're like, "Hello,
pulling
I'm a magician."
Pulling a pigeon out your pocket. Oh my god! Where did that come from? So you can catch
them off guard. That's quite fun.
Yeah.
You can just go over, approach them. "Hello guys, how's it going? My name's Maximilian. Been booked to do some magic tonight."
Introduce it.
Yeah, I've been booked.
Give them the information.
Yeah, head of the party's asked me to do magic too, basically.
So stop talking and watch.
Normally they stop talking. Or my kind of new approach, which is pretending to be a guest.
Oh,
having that energy of a
smooth.
guest, walking around, have a drink in your hand, chat to someone, get chatting.
Okay.
And then do magic. And that's a lot more powerful because suddenly you're just this cool guy at a party. We did magic. You're not the magician, so you're one of them.
You become part of the atmosphere, part of the party.
Like low key.
Yeah.
But they just think you're like family member or one of the friends.
Yeah. Because of the confidence.
Yeah. So that's cool.
That's really interesting that you say, you talk about energy and you talk about getting in the energy of the party. So because you seem to talk about energy quite a bit. Do you feel like there's, do you feel like you can tap into an energy as like a thing? I
think you create the energy, like your flow.
You create it?
Yeah.
What do you create it to intentionally match with the energy of the party?
Yeah. You feel the energy of the party and you know how you need to approach it. You can read the energy. You
read it,
yeah,
and then it informs how you behave.
And then I work out you read the crowd, you don't know what type of people it's going to be. I could be doing like a banker's corporate dinner.
Yeah, what's the energy there?
That can be fun. There's a lot of men.
Lads.
Some lads, but like older guys, posh.
Yeah.
Because it's London.
What are they like? What's their energy?
They're just like, they put glass and they're We've got watches and suits and
Looking dapper.
yeah, you have to adapt and become one of them. Gents, how's it going? Having fun, are we? Right.
Ooh.
Kind of like that. If I come in, hi guys, I'm the magician.
Wow.
Like, fuck
Dismissed.
off, mate.
Dismissed.
Yeah, you got to go in.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you got to play their game.
Ah.
Gents, how's it going? You're right. I'm going to show you something.
Oh, so
You take control because they're all alphas.
Alpha. So you got alpha.
You got alpha them. You got to take control.
Yeah, I understand.
If someone talks like this, all right, mate. So watch.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You relax because he's taking control.
But it sounds like you're acting.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, magic teaches you a lot of different things.
Ah.
Acting, yeah, is one of them.
That's fascinating.
Because I could. Sorry.
Go on.
Because I could go for that same table, and I could act 5 years younger or 5 years younger than that.
Yeah.
And I'm still got the same skill level.
Yeah.
But my presence, the way I'm talking, my energy, is off, and I won't be able to entertain them correctly.
Wow. I'm just so fascinated by that, like, because. So, go.
That's why when you're at that, you reach that point,
Mm.
and it's just experience.
Mm.
But you do a gig that's down here,
Yeah.
like last night.
Yeah.
And you just don't connect. I can't connect to that vibe of that party.
Why can't you act in that way?
You can act and you do it and you get the job done.
Do
You
you
just
have
kind of drop into a default where you're friendly. You know you can do the magic, so you
But
know.
is it that you hate it?
Yeah, you don't want to be there. The party's not cool enough. Basically, that's what I want to say.
Yeah. It's not
You're
where
too,
you want
you're
to
too
be.
good to be there.
You don't like the energy. You don't want to match the energy in that room
Yeah.
necessarily.
It's not my crowd.
It's not your crowd. Yeah.
But again, lovely people.
Yeah.
But just
No, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, this is cool in some ways. Like, I'm happy that you're happy. This is a nice time. Everyone's, it's a celebration. But I don't want to be here.
Yeah. But it could be the same. It could be another anniversary
Mm.
at some geezer's mansion, or just like a different vibe.
It's a different vibe. It's about the energy.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what about if you're presenting a trick? Can I say that? No. Can I say that?
A trick.
Yep. To, like, a group of, like, 25-year-old girls, that'd be a completely different energy to the alphas, the way you present to the alphas.
Yeah, I think so. There's a couple clips on my YouTube of me doing that in Los Angeles, in West Hollywood,
Yeah.
on a road called Melrose Avenue, and it's like 4 girls from Orange County.
Yeah.
5.
Oh my god! Oh
Yeah.
my god! That's amazing! Oh my, I love him.
And I remember that moment so well because they were walking down the street. I saw them coming, so I turned back to walk in the same direction as them, but let them caught up. And then I was level with them walking the street, and they saw me, cards in my hand, and I just turned in. Hey guys, how you doing? Can I show you something? And it was just like such a smooth
But you did
introduction. Yeah.
You orchestrated that little.
Yeah, because they're walking here. I see them, and then I turn back. They're walking. They slowly catch up, and then I just show them magic here. They're just like, you guys want to see something cool?
Did you see the encounter? Did you see the encounter happening like that? Did you have to put it in your mind? It just seems like there's so much work before the magic.
Yeah.
Like, so much.
Because on that street, because I'm filming magic, I've got a GoPro on my head, so I'm performing POV street magic.
Yeah.
And if someone's coming towards you and you stop them, they have to stop. Suddenly there's a shift. There's like they hit an invisible wall, don't they?
Wow, yeah.
An interruption. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry? What?
Yeah.
And it's like it's your first impression, and it's bad energy.
Oh.
Even if you've got something good to show them, that first, it's not a good start. So that's why I turned around. I walked with the girls, chatting whilst we're still walking, and then I was like, should we do it here? And then start filming the magic. But yeah, persona would be different for a group of girls.
Why?
A bit more cheeky, a bit more flirty. But you're just adapting who you are to entertain that crowd to the best of your ability.
Like, is it to do with chemistry in a way?
Yeah, you're being who you think you want them to see. The type of magician they want to see.
You're doing that intuitively.
Yeah, because you perform to enough people that you know what works with the different types of people.
Oh, how?
experience.
Wow. No, but how then? So, but that does it necessarily like? Are you profiling then in a way? You see, you look at, yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Because the whole world is just copies of people.
Whoa.
Even how they look. I see
What,
so many people
like-
that just look the same.
What the clothes, haircut,
no,
style, face,
Take everything off.
What naked?
Bodies, face.
You see the
hair
face.
type. We're all like there's clones. We're all like groups.
Whoa. What? So you got some insight into humans? We're all clones. That's a big statement, no?
I guess so.
But it's so interesting. So
Yeah, because I've met
Uh-huh.
all the type, not every single type of person in the world.
You said all the types.
Yeah, a lot of types. There's a lot of places I haven't been,
Yeah, true.
and I know what that type of person is like just because I've met a lot of different types of that person.
When you went to LA, did you have to assimilate new types in your mind, or did they carry over for the information that you've?
What? Because they're American.
Yeah.
Yeah, learning new type.
Oh, you had to learn new types.
Yeah, and America's interesting because they see it and they go, "Whoa!" They don't give you that that instant reaction. English people do.
Do they? It's weird because I profile Americans to be much more like, oh my god, whereas English
but they take
people,
a beat, and then it comes out massive.
But is that because they're a little bit like, you know?
Genius.
I don't know. I guess
No, but in LA, in Hollywood, where I was talking about earlier, the vibe is slower. People walk slower. The pace is slower.
Oh, okay.
So
it might be
people don't
different in New
rush.
York, for example.
In New York,
where the energy is
it might be a
quite
bit
high,
more
and it's
snappy.
much more snappy. Oh, but that's more like.
But with Americans, they do like to just chill, take it in, like whoa. They like for some reason they like to process it again.
Gosh, Mark's not doing very much for his LA career here, is he?
But I love Americans because they're like,
yeah.
That's why like LA is so magical because you've got so many people that are chasing their dream, and they've all got that passion. It's a great place to go if you want to get inspired and get away. And
So did you get inspired from going there then?
yeah, that's why I cut everything. I cut off my business, took down my website, left all my agents, moved out my flat, got rid of all my stuff.
But when you're doing that, are you assuming you're going to be inspired, or do you know what I mean? Because like when
I
you're
knew I
actually
needed
there,
to get away. I had the idea, and then it stuck with me, and I had to go to Los Angeles to Hollywood. I was quite naive in that. I thought once I was there, I was just going to stay there forever, and that's why I cut all my ties. And then I came back after 3 months. Then that's when I met kind of Roman. Started living with Roman in Brighton. But I had no money for so long, sharing JL's bedroom, and then built up back from there. But LA inspired me massively.
because of the energy.
The energy, the types of people, yeah, loads of different things about it.
Cool. I'm still like super interested in this profiling because you were like, yeah, there's only a certain amount of people. I think there's like 7 types with 5 mannerisms and 4 ways of being. Can you run me through a few of them, please?
What types of people?
Yeah, types of human.
It's just like you're a type of person, I'm a type of person. There's other
I'm
people.
so offended. I'm joking.
I would come across, and so would other people that look like you. Same with me. But a lot of the time they act the same, I find. And they come across similar.
So can we start? We'll say like, so type 1. Let's start there. We'll go.
That's what I'm saying. There's no type. There's an infinity amount of types.
Right. But you know a lot of them.
No, maybe I've explained it wrong.
Maybe I'm understanding it wrong because it's how I want to understand it.
Yeah. Maybe not visually, because you could have someone that looks the same and they might live in London and America and they have the same appearance.
Yeah.
But they're going to be very different people. I mean, maybe like types of people, let's say within England, just like, geezers.
Yeah, so a geezer might be a type.
Funny man.
A funny man, like a loud man.
Yeah, businessman.
Businessman.
And then women, you could have like an athlete.
An athlete. So this is okay.
But that's kind of a random one.
Okay, so I feel like okay, so I mean.
But it's the same with women. You'd have like the funny one, the loud one.
It sounds like there's just personality types. Like, for example, there's something called 16 personalities, where there's 16. They say there's like 16 personality types. Like, lots of psychologists have actually decoded that and said, this is how many and that shocked me. I was like, I thought there was infinite amount of personality types, but then I'm reading all the descriptions, the intricate descriptions, and I'm realizing, and I'm sending it around to all my friends and family, and they're like, I am that. I got that and it's correct. I got that and it is right. Like, wow. Consistently. And then a few people got the same one in my family. So say one of my good friends got like, it's called the defender, which is like an introvert, but can be super social, very protective over the people they care about, etc. And then my sister's the same one, and I was like, yeah, they are like that, and that helped me understand that a little bit better. So I guess
yeah. It's probably not personality traits I'm talking about, because I wouldn't spend a lot of time with people to really get them. I'm probably more talking along like levels, like different levels of class.
So class is one thing, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Which for me, I've noticed just changes how much people respect what you're doing. So a higher class event, people will like really have the time to watch what you're doing, because they know you must be good because you're at that high event.
I understand.
Does that make sense?
No, totally.
And a lower class event, you won't be getting paid as much, and you're just a magician, so you're replaceable, and you're just
How important do you think environment is in personal development? For example, if you're performing at in a mansion, or if you're performing in, say, a pub, in terms of the way it affects you and the way that you see yourself, does it make a profound difference?
No, I don't think it's the building.
It's not the building?
No. It's just the people.
It's the people. Okay.
Yeah, because you could have...
Totally.
You could have a church hall out in the countryside, but it's full of celebrities. A-list celebrities. Is that going to be a good party?
I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes. I think it will on a certain level. It definitely will be on a certain level.
Maybe not just celebrities, but like their friends as well.
It's likely to be, but I wouldn't...
I'm talking from a performance point of view, for me.
Yes.
So I think maybe what I'm trying to say is, as an entertainer, as you grow as a performer, you want to be entertaining other entertainers or other people at the top.
Wow, I never thought of that.
That's kind of what I mean. That's who you think deserve to see your work, because you know how good it is.
Yeah. But then, do you have the same feeling, or do you have a different feeling performing magic with the same level of reaction from the audience? So it could be when it's like someone on the street, whether it's a celebrity, like, is there a different, or is it the same feeling you get?
It's different. If we're talking about just performing to people, it depends if I'm booked for an event or if I'm just going on the street and chatting to people. It's like a completely different thing.
That's true. That's true.
What I mean.
Because when you're getting paid
I can go on the street and chat to anyone, and it's probably going to be a nice conversation.
Yeah.
But if I'm there and I have to be there and I'm booked to perform, then I want to be booked to show really cool people what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it long enough that...
You're ready for that. I guess one is basically a roadmap to your future, and the other is just the art and the experience of the art and the performance. But the other one is still that, but it's got the road which can lead to wherever you want to go, or where you want to go. You know, it's like your future livelihood, your future, how you're gonna feed your kids. And what your life's going to look like, what energy you're going to be around when you're older. You're going to be around this type of energy or this type of energy.
Yeah, and I didn't want to... When I was busy, I'd do like maybe 5 to 7 events in a weekend.
5 or 7 in one weekend?
Yeah. I could have like 2 on Friday, like a lunchtime wedding, evening party. 3 on Saturday. I used to have it so many times where there's 3 gigs on Saturday. And then 2 on the Sunday.
Grinding.
and that was
Slogging.
cool. But I was like, cool. Imagine if I had a wife and kids, and I'm away the whole weekend gigging.
Did you imagine that?
Yeah, and I was like, this is definitely not what I want.
Wow. You're
Or to
knackered
work
as well.
once in the week that would pay the same amount, if not more, for all of those gigs.
It's crazy.
But a lot of magicians will just remain at that level. And their business is growing, but width-wise, because they're doing more events. But I want to grow in sort of the depth and the height.
Beautiful metaphor, analogy.
Yeah, but I think it's not fair to yourself if you're really passionate about an art form and you put a lot of time into it to just be doing the same level of performance. Where you perform and who you perform for has to get higher as your art form grows, as your skill grows. It's part of the growth, I think.
Do you feel like people who are not doing that are sort of under sort of not serving themselves, sort of shortchanging themselves?
Potentially. I mean, I only know the magic world quite well, but yeah, I think a lot of time people just working to earn a living.
But how about, don't we all have to do that in a way?
We do, but there's opportunity for people to redesign how they work less for more.
And does it involve risk?
Yeah, I guess I was quite lucky starting young to be able to take risks.
So you think it's going to be harder as you get older to take risks? Yeah, I feel that as well.
It depends what you want as well. A lot of people are just happy at performing, entertaining people at events, being successful at that. Not everyone wants to be well known, but I want to build a platform to have a voice and to do some good things.
What sort of good things do you want to do?
I don't know. I just feel like the older I get, the more corrupted the world looks.
Wow.
When you start up as a kid, it's quite magical.
Wow.
And then you see all the behind, how everything works, how everything's strung up. I just don't think it's in the best place.
Like,
but even if I could like inspire people to follow their dream, go into schools, do that kind of stuff, then that's
like a sort of mentor slash figure to look up to in a way.
Yeah, because I think everyone deserves to be freelance.
What do you think that's how it's going to go?
I feel like it is, yeah. And we all have like dreams when we're younger, but a lot of the time we just kind of put them aside because they don't match the structure of society. You can't just, I couldn't just be a magician. You have to work at it. But if there's more information out there about how people can be freelance and
is that how you feel quite blessed because just how circumstances align themselves, you were able to see it as a possibility, as a possible path, whereas for us it could just be a distant dream.
Yeah, I mean, I think my family they're all artists. So I was always artists or entrepreneurs. So I was never going to have a 9 to 5.
Wow, so you think that really affected your life choice?
Yeah.
Wow.
So. Yeah, if I look at all my family.
I didn't see no artist near me. And I'm an artist, I didn't see no artist. I didn't see nothing.
You're starting that trend though in your family though.
Defo. I just thought anything in your mind can happen. I just thought that.
It's simple.
Yeah, it's simple.
Anything in your mind can happen.
Yeah, no, but I still believe that. It's not. I
I
haven't framed it in an eloquent way, but I do believe that.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, but some people don't because they think because if they can't see, so if I say I can see it inside, but we're talking about seeing it outside. So outside, you saw your parents, entrepreneurs, artists. You saw outside. But I didn't see it outside. I could only look inside.
Yeah.
So I guess it's about seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have it, but I guess it's about seeing it, just seeing it, seeing where you could go. And I guess if young people, for example, are seeing examples of people doing mad stuff like being a magician full time, I bet they're like, shit, I can do that.
Anything's possible. Yeah. And I think it's so much more rewarding in life to earn money from doing something you've created.
Totally.
Your own thing, selling your own products,
Oh my
your
God.
own service. something so fulfilling about that. But if you're working for a big corporation and you're just doing it for the shareholders to keep the company afloat, and it's just like you're working for someone else's pockets.
It's like, well, I think everyone struggles with that. Like, it's the system of now, and I don't think it's wrong. I just think it's the system at the moment. I think it will gradually move towards everything becoming more freelance, as everyone's got the skills to do it, and everyone's got the technology to do it as well.
Yeah,
like, more and more. But that's
there's
beautiful.
just environments that aren't great for people to be in all the time.
It's not human to
It's
do
not
it
human.
too much. It's not. It's not. It's not.
We need to be, because otherwise we feel like we're in cages. We're contained.
Well, totally. Look at us containing this beautiful flat. You know.
It's hard life.
Can't live like this any longer.
But I just, that cringe. That's why I've never had a normal job, because
You feel like a caged
I
animal.
just couldn't do that. I couldn't have to go in every day.
It's an
I
amazing.
respect people that do it though so much.
It's an amazing thing having been sat down and not being able to move for like 7 hours. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I use amazing in an amazing way. You know? It's amazing. Like, it's, for me, amazing can just mean like that's extraordinary. Like the way the body wants to not be there is crazy, and the way that it has to release in some form is crazy. You know how it has to release. You know, whether it's
But not every job.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely
There's
not.
a lot of like cool, talented people that need to be working in a team, doing cool shit.
Yeah, totally. Those
I
jobs
think
are out
it's
there as well.
Yeah, I think it's
Those
just the
jobs are totally out
mundane
there.
stuff that hopefully the robots can do for us.
Definitely. No, but definitely.
Just like, like just working in shops.
What?
I don't know, just like people that work
Like those jobs are going to be gone type of thing. Like they should be
in
gone.
high street.
Like no need for it.
But that's fun for like young people working in the high street, working in grocery stores and stuff.
I used to like that.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
But like if you do that when you're 18, 19, 20, you're like, cool, right, I'm going to do something proper now. But some people don't.
Yeah.
And that's the old generation that are like still stuck in those stores. And that's when I'm like, those are the people that I want to hit before they get to that stage.
Yeah, people that can't see alternatives. I guess it's wasted potential is a tragedy.
Yeah.
Like wasted potential is such a tragedy. Like we all know that intrinsically, and that's why our souls won't be like what feel free.
There's we're all human beings, and we have so much potential and can do such incredible things. And when unfortunately you put yourself in a situation where you can't see light and you're kind of trapped, that's kind of like
yeah, you're not doing what you want to do. Well, I don't know if it's that, because
I think it's just like the society and how we're taught at school, and I don't know, the infrastructure's not there. So it's just.
But that must have been weird for you. So just quickly, so for me, like with school, like I just did. When I wasn't messing about, I just knew I had to do what I had to do, and I was going to do it, and it was sort of expected to do it, and I was fine with doing it, and I quite enjoyed it. But with you, if you're a 16-year-old already making money, doing something you love, like what was your relationship with school and other subjects?
Yeah, I didn't really get on well with school. Never found it that easy to learn, or the dedication to like doing homework and studying. Just not my vibe. I was always practicing magic or juggling.
Your mum's like, you can do your homework, and you're like, nope.
And like in secondary school, I was like in a lot of bottom sets, just because I wouldn't be able to. Just wasn't learning that well. Wasn't connected with the class. So I'd be in these bottom sets with kids that love to mess around, and I'm just doing magic.
Were you doing magic in class?
Yeah, but unfortunately, it wasn't from like a good angle. I was like, cause I wasn't that cool. Well, no, it was cool.
No, I can see that. No,
No, it's quite bog standard, but I got quite bullied for doing magic.
Really?
Yeah, like they could bully me, but the same kids could be like, show us the trick.
Kids are weird. Man.
Messed up.
Kids are weird. You're like, do you hate me or like me? Like I'm bare confused.
Yeah, I didn't succeed. I was just too fascinated with magic, and then I left. Did first year college, learned web design, built my website.
Was that the
Start my
website? Is that why you did it?
Yeah, and then I quit after the first year.
Wow, so you learned how to build a website and then sacked it off.
Yeah.
Smart.
My mum encouraged it as well.
Wow.
She's like, yeah, this is probably not going to be any better for you staying here. That's when I worked at Hamleys.
Yeah,
First time.
And you just quit last week? Or?
On and off.
On and off, yeah. I'm sure
it's quite funny. My at college, my head of college actually, had a meeting with her when I said I was going to leave, and she's like, "I really don't think you should leave because you kind of haven't got anything to go to now."
And you're like, "I got these cards, bitch."
Skills.
Have you not seen me juggling? I'm sure you've seen me juggling. I think I've got something.
Yeah, and she like advised me against it. I left anyway. And then like 4 or 5 years later, she inquired through my website, and this is when I'm like full-time professional. She's like, "I'd love to book you for my wedding. How are you?" and all this. And I quote her. She comes back, she goes, "It's a real shame. Unfortunately, we can't afford you. But hope you're well."
That is definitely the equivalent of those rappers that are like, and then they talk about like the cars more than the teacher's salary and all that.
Yeah. It's one of those sweet moments.
Wow. Do you want to just relive that for a second?
I've relived
that
many times.
Whenever you're feeling a bit down, you're just like, I remember that time when I got that email. That's so cool, bro. That's such a cool story.
Yeah, man.
You gotta get it in a rap. You're gonna get it in a rap.
Shit.
Get it in a rap.
I'll put it in my bio.
Yeah, I think that's all you need. Forget all the other branding.
But yeah, man, stuff's blessed.
Wow, so interesting, Max. So
much more I could talk about, but
so many levels of intrigue and inquiry that we broached. So I'm very thankful for you being our guest today, the first guest on Colours of You.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. It's been sick.
Your inspiration. I'm sure it'll be an inspiration to lots of kids.
100%.
And adults alike. You know, you're doing what you love.
Thanks, man.
Making a living. Inspiring your housemates.
I think you succeed when you realise that you're doing something that's bigger than you.
Whoa. I feel like that right now. That's true though.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's why rejection's fine.
That is so...
Because it's not meant to be.
Bigger than you, like, in all ways. So in, like, with something else, like the universal force or God or whatever you want to call it, but also other people.
Yeah.
As well.
I think it's just happiness. You know you're doing something that's going to bring a lot of happiness to the world.
Wow, that's
and
beautiful.
It's more than just making yourself happy.
But it is inclusive.
So if someone rejects you, it's just like they don't get it.
Happiness is the compass.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it gives you like a certain certainty inside, doesn't it? That you're like, yeah, like I know, like it's just value. It's a valuable tool that I'm working on and I'm honing, and I'll suffer for it as well, because not everything in life is easy, is it? But it is worth it if you know it to be worth it.
100%. I used to have a phase where I'd perform magic and people react, and as a performer, because they're going, "Wow, you're so amazing." When you start out, it can go to your head. And yeah, bloody I'm good, aren't I? You can start kind of thinking in that way.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, I think it is, but it's natural when it starts out. But when you realise it's not about me, and you just enjoy the fact that they're having an amazing moment.
So you start to detach a little bit.
You detach from, like, it's just your hands. It's just my hands are working away.
But not just the hands, everything else is working away.
Yeah, everything else is working away.
But then it also sounds like there's an awareness that is a little bit away from the things that are working, and that's just letting it happen.
Yeah. Or you're not trying to, like, show that you're good. You're not proving yourself. You're just offering a special...
It's not about you in a way.
Yeah, it's not about you.
It's about the moment.
Yeah. I think it's, just trying to be really humble. Always trying to be humble. And
that sounds like something that comes up again and again with people that I respect. They have this, like, super awesome talent, but they're super humble, and it seems like the two are married. in a way, and like that is the way to execute on like a service that you're providing people and that you're doing yourself. I always found it like my ego was always like, I'm this, oh look, you know, and then I'd realize like it mars the beauty of whatever's happening. It just makes it doesn't make anything better actually. When you realize that, you stop doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's just like a childish habit that hopefully, you know, one grows out of. Yeah, with foresight and practice.